What's up, Dallas? It's your girl, Rachel. I have another special guest on my show today, Jimmy Ray. How are you doing?
Great. Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for coming in and being on my show. So I hear that you have a lot going on. So tell me how you got started with your industry and the book writing and everything.
Well, the great thing about what I do is I'm made by dyslexia. If you don't know that term, Sir Richard Branson and Barbara Corcoran off of Shark Tank, believe it or not, Damon John and both Kevin Leary from the Shark Tank, all three of them plus Richard Branson and numerous other well-renowned people throughout history have dyslexia. And I myself, the name of our company, our coaching company, we're life coach practitioners, my wife and I, is Dyslexic Coaching via Kinesthetics.
Okay.
So I'm a kinesthetic learner also, which means I learn by doing. It's really difficult when you're dyslexic and a kinesthetic learner to do systematically educational systems.
Right.
So I myself only have a 9th grade education, formal education, left school, got my GED before I was supposed to graduate because I learned how to do what I needed to do before I was taught it in a systematic school, just like most of the other, people that when you start doing your research on dyslexia and kinesthetic learners, you'll notice that they didn't go too far in school or have college educations. But I do have a doctorate degree in metaphysics.
That's amazing.
So it took me over 30 plus years of just studying, and I drove trucks 13 years. So I'm going to retract back to that. And we owned a trucking company for 6 years. But while I was driving trucks, I was listening to college level lectures.
Right.
I was listening to educational books on certain topics. All the religious, going into prison ministry, you got to understand the cultures, where people are coming from, their backgrounds, and why they believe what they believe before you can actually help them understand, God's true way of salvation and what the Holy Bible says. So understanding, different religions and, believe it or not, Christianity has over 41,000 different denominations. So, I don't know all 41,000. I studied the major ones, but so you could just understand, where you're coming from and everything. So I got educated by sitting behind a wheel of an 18-wheeler, 13 years driving. And then November 2021, I achieved the goal of earning a doctorate degree in metaphysics.
That's amazing. So you didn't let the disability affect you, and you kept growing. That's inspirational. Yeah,
as you'll see on our website, and also being dyslexic, I've written 3 books, as you can see here. This one's my first. The other one is the second. They're just, exposés. That's why they look the way they look. And my main audience is people in prison, and I wrote them in large print because in prison it's hard to get lighting sometimes, especially when you get back from detail, you get a shower. Most of the time it's either lights out or you get up early in the morning and you got to go to your detail, so you only have time to read and there's not a lot of lighting. So I wrote these kind of big, like expose forms, really because my main audience in large print. And the one in the middle is a metaphysical study, Bible study on God's true way of salvation, of, the afterlife.
Absolutely.
What God's plan is for, everyone.
Absolutely. And yes, I know that prison ministries are in need right now. So tell me about your prison ministry and what your goal is.
Well, the backdrop of the prison ministry is, I myself made some mistakes, and by the grace of, and back in April 12th, 2004, I made some mistakes in the state of Georgia, and I was looking at a 20-year prison sentence.
Oh, goodness.
And by the grace of God, the day before I was sentenced, talked to my public defender and everything, and they was like, Jim Ray, you're looking at 20 years behind bars. So that night, I prayed. I was like, God, if you let me out of here, I'm not asking you. I want to man up and do my time, because I did my crime. I got to do my time, but please don't let me do 20 years. I promise you, you let me get out, I'll do your work for you. And that's where I'm at today. I kept that promise, but, so I cried out to him that night, in the prison bunk. I leaned towards the wall and just got one-on-one with him. And Next day is actually February 1st, 2005. I was already in the jail for like 10 months waiting on my sentence, and went February 1st, 2005. And by the grace of God, I got suspended down to 5 years. So God spared me 15 years of the free world life, just like he did King Ezekiel in Second Kings chapter 20. King Ezekiel prayed to God, and God gave him 15 more years. So God gave me 15 more free world years to study, learn, and since I've been out, met the love of my life, Stephanie, whom you know. That's how we met. So my wife and I got another daughter that God blessed me with, raising her now. She's 12 years old, and everything's just going well. But the prison ministry is my passion, and that's what, my hearts of hearts, and what I've already locked arms with a couple. I go into prisons and teach financial education,
right?
Anywhere from home budgets, balancing a checkbook, to mini MBA programs. We work with a prison entrepreneurship program. We work with empowering women out of prison, and we also another colleague of mine, Sherry Garcia, whom is well known around the Dallas Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. She founded Cornbread Hustle, which helps people when they get out of prison to get a job. And sometimes some of the companies go in and do interviews behind prison walls and offer jobs to some of our people that's going through the programs that they've already established. So, the prison ministry is really a call to action of reason I read these books, especially the first book. You'll see in the first chapter and introduction, I got a call to action to people to help us, with our prison ministries.
Absolutely.
Distinguished group ministries.
Yes. And I remember Stephanie was telling me about it as well, that you basically help people who are released from prison reestablish their life in a successful way.
Yeah. So the visionary goals that we have is, everything we do in our life coaching practitioner business, from just life coach career, and we're venturing into executive coaching board members, coaching C-suite level employees, coaching their whole teams is what we're venturing into. But the prison ministry is our hearts of heart, our why. The two most important days of your life is the day you're born and the day you find out why. Our why is prison ministry, and you'll see that on our website too. And that's the call to action too. I'll give you all that information. Is we not only want to help people become the best version of themselves that they were created to be, but we also want to help those people that are incarcerated enter to society more smoothly, and just help them, where they don't hit a brick wall when they get out. They, we got an army of people that will help them.
That is a need, especially whenever they're released from prison. Because I noticed from working in the restaurant industry, or just working professionally for 24 years, people that are released from prison, they have a hard time getting a job, because people are automatically just like, oh, well, you have a history, I don't want to hire you. But these are people that actually have qualifications and experience that could really help them out.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the fact that you're wanting to help them really says a lot.
Yeah. Well, just like, Brian Kelly, the CEO of Prison Entrepreneurship Program, he and I are really great friends. And something he says numerous times when he's on stage or when we're at our events together is people don't realize that, drug dealers and stuff like that, I've been there myself in my early 20s and teens. Drug dealers and stuff, they have some good talents. They know how to market. They know how to own their territory. You know what I'm saying? They know how to give out free samples to get people to come back more. So we just twist it around and show them how to do it professionally and legally.
Yes.
So they already have the mindset, and that's what coaching is. People already have the mindset. Me and Stephanie, as coaches, professional coaches, we don't tell people or give people advice. We coach people. We help people think deeply and clearly. We're think partners. We're not going to give you the answers. We're not going to, We're not there to mentor you or guide you as coaches. That's not what coaches do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not therapists,
Right.
even though I'm qualified, but we're not therapists. We're coaches, and we're going to help you think more clearly. And that's what we do for the inmates too.
I love that. I love that. And the business coaching is very important too.
Yeah, people don't realize that. I mean, Michael Jordan said numerous times, if it wasn't for Phil Jackson, he's not sure if he would have won all those championships.
Absolutely.
So you may have great talents. And that's the great thing about it. Stephanie and I, we don't need to know anything about our industry.
Mm-hmm.
But like Zig Ziglar from right here in Plano, Texas, he said, you don't build your business. You build the people build your business.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie and I are professional people builder. We know how to build the people.
I love that. I love that. So how can someone get a hold of you for your services?
Our website is www.DECK, which is Distinguished Empowerment Coaching via Kinesthetics .center.
Mm-hmm.
So www.dec.center.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. And you also have some items you would like to display and talk about?
Yes. Also, another call to action. I've self-published these other books that are sold on Amazon, and 100% of the proceeds that come from these books go directly into our prison ministry.
Right.
Also, let me reach down here. I brought a couple of things. I've already got 4 more books that I have plotted and trying to publish, and looking for a great publisher around Dallas, Fort Worth to help us with some PR on the next step. This Getting Drunk with God is a book on how God, after God calls you, sometimes we still mess up. Numerous people in the Bible. So the first 6 chapters is examples of people in the Bible that God's called that messed up, but they repented and then they got back on track. And that's where I'm at now. I had a problem with alcoholism basically my whole life. And finally got rid of that. And now, getting drunk with God is pouring myself into other people.
Yeah.
So as you'll see in the book cover here that, we created is we're spilling out the wine and the water, and the Bible is God's spirit representation. So God is filling us and encompassing us and coming all around us. So where I'm getting rid of the wine and allowing God's spirit to fill my life all the way around inside my cup. And also I have plotted the other 3 books that I got. They're all basically duplicate. They're a volume set here. I know this is not a great displaying of it, but these 3 books are basically follow-ups and basically the same information that I have in the books I've already written and published. These books are actually, because the feedback that I've gotten from people that's incarcerated with the lingo that I've kind of used, the medical lingo and terminology that I used in the first 3 books, some people, are not really understanding it. Right. So these other books that I'm creating is going to be in conversation form. Same stuff that's in the other books, but conversation form, like my older self talking to my younger self to educate my younger self. That way people can understand, and the flow will be a whole lot better. So it's just the same information, just in conversation form.
I love that. Making it easier to comprehend for a lot of people.
Exactly.
Because everybody, I agree with that. I agree that a lot of people don't think on the same level, and they can't also read on the same level. So the fact that you're simplifying it and still educating people in the process, that's really important. Yeah,
that's our calling. That's Stephanie and I's calling. We want to educate and coach at the same time.
And I love your whole purpose. Well, thank you so much for being on my show today and talking about your books and everything that you're doing. I respect everything that you have going in the prison ministry. And then also the business coaching is very important. So if you guys need a business coach, someone to help you resonate with your business and get you on track, contact Jimmy Ray for sure. All right. Thank you. What's up, Dallas? It's your girl, Rachel. I just had the best interview with Jimmy Ray. He's got this great prison ministry out there that he's starting, and he is looking for donations. So please go to his website, www.dec.center, to donate right away so he can get started in his goals and what he has to do. So if you're interested in doing an interview just like this, please email me, business@whatsupdallasmagazine.com.